Hello and welcome to Cybermasters with Rik Nevone.
And Ed Nutella.
Ed Nutella, what's going on, guys? Another explosive show right here. We're going to be talking about space. What the hell are they doing in space?
And all kinds of other stuff.
The world is falling apart. We're listening to Iron Maiden. I don't know if you guys are Maiden fans, but, awesome. A lot of concentration on 80s rock.
You can't get better than Iron Maiden.
Yes. And you've got the 80s rock hair.
You can go to Queensryche. I mean, that's up there too. But
yes,
Queensryche always warmed up for Maiden. So
yes, kind of old rock news.
Love them all though.
But today we're talking about space and what they're doing. So I got to be honest with you guys.
Space between my ears.
I have not really concentrated what they're doing up there. We've been watching the show. We were doing all kinds of other stuff.
We're going to talk about the James Webb Telescope.
The James Webb Telescope. We're going to be talking about the James Webb guy.
They discovered something. I don't have it set up for our talk.
Okay.
But they discovered something that changes our entire view of the entire universe from the Big Bang going forward. And I can't wait to share it with you. I purposely didn't tell you anything about it.
Excellent. Our audio and everything's running at 100%.
So can everybody hear everybody?
I think we've got a good show kicking here. Excellent, guys. I'm excited that everything is working. Not everything works all the time, but this is freaking awesome.
You guys have no idea of the technology that this man puts into this show.
But it was about Maiden. Rick's like, listen, we'll put some Maiden on in the background, and you'll be able to, no problem, check this out, And 80s rock, Maiden, huge fan, something to check out. But let's jump right in, man. Let's talk about, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, buddy?
Welcome to the show. Cybermasters, another episode, season 4. Show number 5.
This is awesome.
You've been on maybe 9 or 10 shows at least.
It's been a lot.
A lot. Yeah. And it's super interesting because you bring information about space and what's going on with the James Webb Telescope. You really got me reinvigorated into really studying all that stuff. Well, I mean,
you think about it with what's going on with the new push, get back to the moon. That's been huge. We've also got, the James Webb Telescope, which kind of makes the Hubble Space Telescope look like a pea shooter compared,
Hold on, the Hubble was sick, man. We saw all that crazy stuff right away.
I know, but now we've got a telescope that is positioned at this Lagrange point between the Earth and the Moon, where like the Hubble.
Lagrange?
Yeah. To quote ZZ Top, but ZZ Top actually quoted something else.
I thought you were quoting a scientist.
The Lagrange point. At where there's like zero gravitational interference, because the Hubble is revolving around the Earth, it's a satellite around the Earth. Mm-hmm. The James Webb Telescope is beyond the moon. Okay. So it's like hiding behind the moon, using the moon to hide the sun. It looks at the universe in infrared, right? So it's looking for heat signatures and things like that.
Okay.
So you need to put it somewhere where the sun won't interfere with what it's doing, right? The fact that...
So you mean the sun gets in the way from getting accurate photos?
Without a doubt.
Well, because it's like light pollution here on Earth.
Exactly. It's like trying to see the stars. You ever notice when you're out in the country or something like that?
Yeah.
You see the Milky Way. You see, the stars that you don't see when you're in, let's say, in the middle of Central Park in the city, right? So,
yes,
that's that becomes a thing. And what you doing with that?
I'm just adjusting a camera, man. Don't worry, please. We're good. We're good.
We're here.
Amazing. We're active.
He's amazing.
I'm constantly trying to make it better. So really, that's where we're at. So. I'm sorry, I apologize. So continue, please. I was just adjusting the camera.
So the James Webb Telescope, just to start the show off.
Pull it up. You want to pull up some information about the James Webb Telescope?
Actually, let's just talk about it because it's like another deep field, like Hubble deep field picture, right?
You got it up?
No, I don't. I don't have it up. I can't.
So
this thing isn't even doing what I want it to do.
I got
the Maiden stuff up.
So just go to the browser. You know how to do it.
Anyway, so what happened was the James Webb Telescope took one of those deep field photographs of took a point in the sky where we couldn't see anything, and it said, okay, this little dot right here, about the size of a pea, at like a football field's length away from you, and it just to calibrate, right? It found galaxies that, of course, we didn't know about.
Okay.
Right. But here's the weird thing.
Hold on, but what's the exciting part about this? Because now we sound like a bunch of scientists and all that, right?
Yeah, we are scientists.
But we are scientists. But the exciting part for me, and why I want to talk about this without drowning out the nonsense, is that they've put some amazing stuff out in space, and they're spending a lot of money on this stuff while the world is falling apart.
Well, the world is falling apart because
here?
of liberalism. But besides that, like everybody goes to Davos for this international meeting about global warming, and they all show up in their private jets. Good work, guys. Anyway, we're not here to be political. What the exciting news is, and the groundbreaking news from the James Webb Telescope, is that we spied a whole bunch of galaxies that are so far away from us. We're seeing we're seeing these galaxies as they were about, I don't know, maybe a million, 2 million, 3 million years after the Big Bang. Okay, so follow me on this.
Okay, following you.
The galaxies that we're seeing, that the light that's coming to us and that we're viewing, is from, like in astrological time, minutes after the Big Bang.
Sure.
We believed that it took billions and billions of years for galaxies to form these bar spirals like the Milky Way,
to expand and become,
and to develop these supermassive black holes in the center of them, right? So we assumed that if we're looking at galaxies that are that far away, they're that old, that they shouldn't have a supermassive black hole in the center of them, that bar spiral galaxies like the Milky Way and spiral galaxies like the Andromeda Galaxy should not have been able to form yet. And lo and behold, there they are, with their supermassive black holes that didn't have time to form, and there they are.
So let me ask you, is this diagram accurate? Is what you're saying?
No, this diagram's our best guess.
So this is the diagram where the galaxy started from the Big Bang on the left and evolved over time, has been the science so far. Okay, go on.
So we assumed that if we saw a galaxy that was, let's say, so many billions of light years away from us, that the light that we're seeing from it is so many billions of years old. In other words, the light that we're seeing, the image that we're seeing, is 25, 35 billion years old. Okay.
And we agree in this diagram, they're talking about the infrared fields and the other fields they found also in that type of a timeline, rather. Big Bang, evolving, and getting larger over time. You see that? As it's going over time, it's getting bigger or more developed over time.
And that's what we thought, that the galaxies would get more developed over time. And if we looked at them in the far and distant past, they were less developed. The truth is, we have been discovering that those galaxies are way more developed than we had originally thought. And it flies in the face of what we thought galaxy evolution
did.
Right. So we look back so far back in time. The galaxies should look like nebulous, like little clouds, right? Shouldn't have a massive black hole in the center of them.
That the beginning, the stuff closer to the center is underdeveloped.
When you say the center, don't say the center.
The beginning of time.
Looking back in
time should be underdeveloped galaxies.
Exactly. And we're finding galaxies that look just like the galaxies that we see close to us, in the local group of galaxies around us.
How does that make sense?
It doesn't. That's the greatest thing about science. When you see something and you observe something that makes no sense, and you're looking at this going, whoa, we were completely wrong about the development of galaxies, and how did that galaxy that we're spying from across the void, that is like the light that we're seeing from it is only from a few million years after the Big Bang. How did that thing develop a black hole the size?
What does that mean? What does this mean to you?
What does it mean to me? One of two things, and here's how to sum it up. Number one, our science, our accepted theories about how the Big Bang happened and when it happened is wrong. That maybe the universe is far older than we thought it was.
Wow.
Now, that's mind-blowing on its face, because we've got the cosmic background radiation. We know that that's the birth of the Big Bang.
So you're saying that this Wikipedia on the Big Bang, the way it's written now, completely wrong based on the James Webb Telescope findings.
It's obviously wrong. Okay? And what's great about that is that we're wrong. Is that we're learning. Is that we're moving forward and we're learning more about the universe around us. Which is incredible, because it is right now, it is that's James Lemaitre
pull that up.
Who created the Big Bang Theory.
So he created the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, he was a priest.
A priest?
Yeah, he was a priest. George Lemaitre. Yeah.
From 1894 to 1966, Belgian cosmologist.
Yeah.
Catholic priest.
Yeah, and I didn't read that off there. I had that up here.
Come on, I pulled it up.
I said James. I didn't. I forgot it was George.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's interesting. The father of the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. He actually was the first person that called it the Big Bang.
Wow.
And I mean, I don't even think he called it the Big Bang, but it was like that cosmic point, that central point where it came from. It was actually Hubble, Edwin Hubble, that came up with the idea of that whole expanding universe theory, and he saw the galaxies moving away from us and measured that they're moving away faster today than they did yesterday, so that space itself is expanding. And that's the weird thing. Space itself is expanding faster than the speed of light. How do you wrap your head around that? How can something travel faster than the speed of light? So did Einstein, theorize that nothing can move faster than the speed of light. What Einstein said was matter cannot move faster than the speed of light, but space itself is not matter.
Take a look at this for a second. Here is ESA, who is the European Space Agency.
Yeah.
For kids. Their Big Bang Theory explained for kids. Very interesting.
Yeah,
most astronomers believe
then it suddenly exploded. I love that. Then it suddenly exploded, and the universe as we know was born.
This is what they're feeding to kids by the most advanced space agency
probably
on Earth.
happened. And what most scientists kind of agree on.
So hold on a second.
Was that it was cyclical, right? It inhales, exhales.
As
inhales,
the universe
exhales.
expanded and cooled, energy changes the particles of matter and antimatter. Over the next 3 minutes, the temperature dropped below 1 billion degrees Celsius. It was now cool enough for the protons and neutrons to come together, forming hydrogen and helium nuclei. I guess they're just trying to give a range for kids to understand. Within 3 minutes,
you're talking to kids here, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, well, let's face it. Most of us don't have more than a cursory education on physics, okay? So, not to speak down to anybody, but not everybody sits there and studies this stuff. I once did an email server job for an attorney, right? And this guy who was like a big attorney, owned a huge law firm over on Melville Road, on 110, right? Really, really nice, super nice guy, right? And he was like, "I'm so stupid when it comes to computers." I go, "Yeah, but not for nothing. You're doing okay, right? I mean,
you're doing okay.
You're employing like hundreds of people here."
Take a look at this, Doctor. National Schools Observatory. Evidence of the Big Bang. Astronomers think the Big Bang is the best way to explain how the universe started and how it changed over time.
The best way to
All
explain
science is based on evidence. So what's the evidence of the Big Bang? Redshift of galaxies.
Okay, let's talk for a second what redshift and blue shift is.
Please.
On two sides of the light spectrum, you've got the red, right? We call it, and the blue, right? We've got ultraviolet, infrared, right? When something moves away from you, right? It shifts red. When something moves towards you, it shifts blue.
Okay.
Now this is the same effect when you're at the train station.
Correct.
Right? The Doppler effect.
Yes, the Doppler effect.
When a train that's not stopping at your station, it's just flying through your station, right? It hits its horn, right? What happens? You hear, right?
Yes.
You hear that sound like a race car goes past you. What is that? The pitch goes higher as it's coming towards you because the waves, sound waves are compressed, and it causes the pitch to go up. And when it goes past you, it's trying to catch up with you, so the waves get pushed out. Follow me?
Yes.
Same thing happens with light. So when something's coming at you, and you're looking at light coming at you, it's red shifted. When something's moving away from you, it's blue shifted.
Blue shifted, got it.
So does that make any sense?
Yes, please go on. You stopped at your tracks for a second.
Okay.
No, okay, so redshift galaxies, meaning...
Okay, so you look at
hold on, that means
look at this image.
They're moving towards you.
Right. So
redshift galaxies moving towards you. Okay.
Correct.
Instead of moving away from you.
Right.
Okay.
So when you, because the light is getting compressed.
Because the light is getting compressed.
So when you look at this thing here,
this
the
is really
cosmic, the microwave
the
background.
Microwave background,
right
yes.
Right? I'm going to put that on the screen
Absolutely,
right here.
right here.
Now you see this map on the right-hand side,
Yes,
this
the
weird colored
bluish.
map. And I'm not talking about the sun. I'm going to move that away from there.
Okay.
Okay? This was a picture that was taken in 365 degrees around us in space, and put into a 2D image. It kind of looks like this.
Okay.
And
this particular image.
Yes.
Cosmic microwave background.
This image comes to us from a scientific experiment where these two scientists,
I'm sorry, this looks like what I had on my pants earlier after lunch.
That's interesting. This is why you come and join us, guys. Not for the education, for the entertainment.
So this sort of bluish booger.
What you're looking at is heat signatures from the Big Bang.
Heat signatures for the Big Bang.
Okay. Now,
why? Okay.
Go back to the late.
So is that a lot of heat right there in that section over there?
The darker sections are hotter.
Oh.
The lighter sections are cooler.
Oh, it's reversed, like negative
right,
colors.
Exactly.
So the way to look at this is the dark area is hotter, and the light areas are cooler. Does that mean that there's more life in one section differently from the other?
This is not a measure of life; it's a measure of heat.
Just heat.
Okay.
But are you assuming with heat comes life?
No. I assume nothing when it comes to science. Empirical scientific proof. That's what I want to see. What this shows us, this image, what this shows us is the background noise of the Big Bang that we can still detect from where we are in the greater universe. Now, what does that mean?
And the background noise is the fuzz we see on TV.
Negative. If you want to hear the background noise, you can turn on an AM radio.
Okay.
And you can tune in to a certain frequency on the AM radio.
Okay. Go on. Go on. I'm not on camera.
I know. If you guys could see what he's doing right now, you'd be cracking up. Hold on a second. I gave him a gift.
All right. Go ahead. Show.
A Rock of Ages dog tag / bottle opener from my old Def Leppard tribute band.
Awesome.
I gave this to Ed as a gift tonight, and he tried putting it on his head, and he almost took his nose off.
It didn't work out. The ring is too small. But
okay, show them you putting it on.
So no thanks.
Gotta do that again. Everybody should see this.
No, it's gonna knock into my lapel mic, which was that Big Bang you heard. The Big Bang from the mic was something different.
He's a former IT director of Nassau County.
All right. So tell me about this thing. So we went with this for a while.
Hold on a second.
So we detected noise. This is all noise.
Let me get to this point. Where did we find this? Where did it come from? There's this.
Well, NASA. It says
no.
NASA. That's WMAP.
Yes, that's what it says.
Who the hell's the WMAP?
Are
they cool? Do you know?
Where did we get this? How did we even figure out that this was happening? I'll tell you the story.
I know what happened. Some guy looking on the floor says, "I think I've seen this in the universe."
Okay, do a tight shot on me for a second with your little machine.
Yes.
Okay, guys.
Moving right along.
Okay, so the Horn telescope, the Horn radio telescope in New Jersey, it's actually a national monument now. Two scientists are sitting there listening, because that's what a radio telescope does. It listens, it doesn't view, right? It's listening for background radiation, looking for, like, just pointing it up there, listening to radio signals coming from the universe, right? And as they're gathering information, static is coming in. And they're like, where's this static coming from? So what do? They go look at the telescope, right, which is about the size of a school bus, right? And they look inside and they see that, like, some birds have been nesting inside it. So they get rid of the birds, they clean out the bird stuff, right? And they get it all cleaned up because they thought it was bird poop that was making the static.
Got it. It was dirty.
After they cleaned it, the static is still there.
Uh-oh, more bird poop.
They didn't know what it was.
Okay.
Right?
Dog poop.
So what they finally discovered was that the static that they were hearing, that you can hear right now on an AM radio, you turn on an AM radio, and in certain bands of that AM radio, you
hear fuzz. It's just fuzz.
The fuzzy, the static that you're listening to on an AM radio, a certain percentage of that, certain bandwidth of that static,
yes,
is actually what they saw from the Horn telescope. And you can pull that up, Horn telescope.
I'm going to put static.
Right?
Yes.
And what that really is the background radiation noise of the Big Bang that we can still hear on AM radios today.
Huh.
Okay? You guys all follow me with this?
Still today.
Yeah, right now you could hear it.
Interesting. I'm looking for... I was looking for a particular show that
Sean
pulls that
Henderson
up.
is telling me, look at the live chat. Do we have a live chat?
Do we look at the... Yes, somewhere.
Well,
hang on. How many things you guys want me to do
Sean, I
over
heard you,
here?
bro. I heard
Hold on.
you.
It sounds like Sean wants to volunteer and help us on the show. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, but we have to be watching the live chat for this to make any sense.
Yes. Well, I guess yes, it does. Yes, you are. It also has its own sun shield on it as well. Truth is universe is older than the scientists ever thought. I agree 100%. I think
and we're at a point where I'm pretty sure that, like, our view of, like, a universe that's like less than 5 billion years old,
yes,
like 4.7 billion years old, I think that's going to go pretty outdated soon, because
yes, but hold on a second.
With the Webb telescope discovering fully formed galaxies way before they should have been formed, there's no way you build a supermassive black hole that's 50 million times as big as the sun. You don't build that in a week.
Consider the following. If it's possible that it's not linear with the evolution of universes from the Big Bang, and there are more evolved universes back less in time.
I'm not talking about multiverses. I'm talking about our own universe.
Our universe. If there's galaxies that have formed closer to the beginning of time, if you will, of the Big Bang, then clearly there's life in other planets.
Oh, you want to talk about life
clearly
on other planets?
There's
completely
far more evolved.
Okay, we have just segued into somewhere else.
The point is that it's far more evolved universes than we've ever
experienced. Show of hands, everybody listening to this podcast, do you believe in life on other planets?
Yes. Like Andromeda Galaxy, it's coming right at us. Yes. What about the Andromeda Galaxy? They're going to combine and explode together
in about 4.5 billion years.
Man,
the only thing you're going to see in the night sky is the Andromeda Galaxy.
Yes, good point.
It's going to be like across the galaxy. Hey, by the way, I got to bring something up.
Please, go ahead.
What's today's date? February 1st.
Yes.
Okay, guys. If you're in a part of the country that is not inundated by clouds, please grab your binoculars, look up into the sky,
what do you got?
Okay, and pull this up on the computer.
The C3PO.
C/2022 E3 ZTF.
Okay, talk to me about this guy.
What
are we doing here?
Is a comet that only swings around the sun every 50,000 years.
That's it?
So the last time it was here was 50,300 years ago.
It says it right here. Look, watch a green.
It's green.
What do you mean green?
I mean, like, why wouldn't it be Martian green?
Why green?
Right? Isn't that great? Like, so if you got like a decent pair of binoculars, you could see this. Now, my suggestion to anyone watching this, right, is go grab an app from the App Store. It's called Night Sky. I know this is on
Night Sky.
It's called Night Sky.
Okay.
We have it on.
Hold on. There's a live position right here on YouTube. WM Live.
There you go.
Dude, this is the live shot
of
the C222 E3
E3
ZTF comet.
All you got to do is point to with the app.
Oh my
God!
God.
There it is. See it, Ed? Right there.
Yes, go lower with the phone.
Right?
Lower with the phone. Bring it lower. Okay, they're right there.
You see it?
Yes. Yes.
So in the northern sky from where we are on Long Island, right?
Yes.
It is just over the northern horizon right now. Kind of a little too close to the horizon.
Okay.
But
this is it.
This object up in the night sky is about the same size as the moon is when we see
As the moon?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty big. And you don't think the moon is
So
that
hold
big.
on, bro.
But
So
the moon
this
is exactly
thing-
the same size as the sun in the night
So
sky.
when is everyone on Earth supposed to see this?
Now,
green?
tonight.
Tonight.
February 1st is the
Tonight we're going to
perfect
see the
night
green
to see.
comet.
Yeah. What a great night to do the podcast, right?
God, holy, that's amazing. Dude, this is happening tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we'll be able to see it tomorrow night and the night after, but tonight is the best night to see it. And if there's not too many clouds where you live, you want to grab the Night Sky app from the App Store.
Hold on. I got a bigger question, okay? So we're looking
And grab
at
your
this.
best pair of
This is
binoculars.
an amateur astronomer. Amateur astronomer is still better than the NASA's and everybody else. What do you think?
No.
But hold on. Didn't
No.
amateur astronomers find all
amateur-
the stuff?
No, amateur astronomers are great. I mean, but
No, I'm talking about high
what-
gear. They dropped a
who-
couple of 100,000 on their gear.
Who discovered this? Discovered by the Zwicky Transient Facility. The Zwicky
So isn't that a bunch of guys hanging out?
It's actually a facility. All right, it's actually a bunch of scientists.
So you're telling me, hold on. You're telling me,
Yes, I am
and I
telling
was
you.
not aware of this, okay? But I will just say that
happening right now, by the way.
Rick and I, cheers, my friend.
Oh.
So I just want to say, before we go on, Rick is a connoisseur for fine drinks, and I really enjoy your company. It's Glenn Levitt 12, very nice, thank you. God bless you. What a great time. We're talking about space, enjoying nice stuff. I mean, who knows? If that green comet hits us tonight, at least
It's not going to hit us. It's not even close to hitting us.
Cheers, bro.
But
Cheers.
it is kind of close to the
It's gonna
Earth.
suck me right up at the.
It is kind of close. It's close enough for us to see. And what's great about it is that it's got a. Careful
Ooh,
with
sorry
the
about
drink.
that.
Because it's got diatomic carbon and cyogen in its ice.
Cyogen.
Cyogen is a chemical makeup that when it burns, when the sun is hitting it as it's coming in towards the sun, it burns green.
So
and that's kind of cool, right?
That it burns green as we're looking at right there.
That's why it has a
That's
green hue.
cyogen.
How cool is that?
So that you're telling me that green stuff coming off the comet is cyogen material.
Yeah, and what is it? Diatomic carbon.
Diatomic carbon. What's the difference between regular carbon and diatomic carbon?
Well, you'd have to ask
I'm
a
toughing you
scientist.
with tough questions.
You'd have to ask a scientist.
You're coming here talking about diatomic carbon. You better have some fucking answers, bro.
The truth is that what it probably means is that there's organic molecules on that comet. Okay, and I knew you were fishing for that answer.
I wanted you to sound scientific.
No,
yes.
but do I know you or do I know you? All right. The truth is,
come on, man, to sound scientific.
This could have been one of those comets coming in from the Oort cloud that could have possibly hit the Earth in
which
prehistoric
cloud?
times. The Oort cloud.
Oort?
Yeah.
O-R-T?
You did not know about that?
R-T?
Do you not know about that?
Talk to me about this Oort chart.
Okay. Around our solar system,
Okay.
we've got this.
The Van Halen belt. The Van Allen
No,
belt.
I'm not talking about around the planet.
Okay.
Let's talk about around the solar system.
Got it.
Okay. We've got these kind of concentric circles around our solar system. One of them is called the Oort cloud, and the Oort cloud is really far out.
O-R-T?
ORT. And what that basically is that is way further out than Pluto and the planets in that in that orbital area, way out there, right? The Oort cloud is the cloud around the cloud around.
So you're talking about this guy, right? This is an Oort cloud.
Yeah.
Double O. You didn't get the spelling correct.
Sorry, I thought it was ORT.
Aha. So the Oort cloud is a predicted collection of icy objects really far
Well,
away.
it's actually not a collection of icy objects. What it is like a region. Okay, it's space around our solar system.
Is this the region, like sort of around?
Well, I can't see that.
It's our solar system there with the planets.
Let's go to here, right?
Yes, it's our solar system. It's this Oort cloud on the outer layer.
And that's like the outer layer. Come on, let's
outer
press.
layer.
Could we bring up
An Oort cloud? Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
can we bring
Isn't
up
this
the
it?
image?
Isn't this it?
All right,
Right there.
right.
So there's Earth, Mars, and all our favorite planets.
So we've got the heliosphere. We've got the termination shock of our heliosphere is basically our solar system, right?
Now hold on a second, all right? Termination shock, that's out there, and nobody decided to use it as a band name?
I don't know, kind of, heady, don't you think?
I'm down. That sounds
I think
like a good
Oort cloud.
metal band.
I think Oort cloud is probably a better name for a band.
Oort cloud is more like a Fish cover band.
Look, somebody called a band Frozen, like, what is it? What is it? Frozen Earth or something like that?
Frozen Earthworks. They sound like very like Norwegian kind
Right?
of
Where's
metal.
Sean on this? I know there's a band out there that's
But
like...
Termination Shock sounds like a metal band.
So the Oort cloud is like this area around our solar system
Yes.
that is past the planets,
Got it.
okay? And when we think about our solar system...
You're very scientific tonight.
I am?
Yes.
All right, would you like me not to be?
No, I love it. It's fun so far.
Right. You see, I left the hair down.
Yes, you look very nice.
Thank you.
But you look like a rocker. I don't
Do
know
I
what
look
you
like
look
a rocker? I think I look like an idiot.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. It's I wish I had long hair. My friends and I tried to run through long hair, and we had
Usually
mullets.
I put my
It
hair
was
back
mullets.
in a ponytail.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I come in like this. Like,
You
how
look
doing?
like a farm lady from the 1800s.
A
with your
farm lady. Wow. Wow. We're not friends anymore. You know?
Hold on.
We can't be
You look
friends
like a
anymore.
rocker. Put the hair down back again, just for a second. Just for. You see that?
Right.
You got the thing, and now put the hair back.
Right? Okay. You're going to take pictures.
You're like an Amish lady that's gonna go pick eggs. Just going with the ladies to
It's
get.
like Weird Al Amish Paradise.
Yes. You know what? You kind of look
excellent.
like Weird Al in that, and then you.
Well,
go
I
full
definitely, I've
Amish
always looked
look.
like Weird Al, and everybody knows it.
You look like an Amish. So back to Termination Shock, the latest
Well,
metal
because
band.
you think about it. What is the termination shock? It's because this picture of our solar system, we see the sun and we got planets around it, and it's all very stationary and cool. It's actually not like that. It's more like taking a picture, like a moving picture. A moving picture.
Well, why is it called Termination Shock? Why
Yeah,
you get
well,
fucking
I'll try to
terminated over
explain
there?
it to you if you listen for a
Please,
second.
I'm
No,
sorry,
kid.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I love it.
Think about it. The sun is moving through the galaxy, right? So while the sun is moving through the galaxy, we've got the planets around the sun spinning around the sun as it goes through the galaxy, right? So this whole spinning conglomeration is moving through the galaxy, right? So it was so
a billion miles an hour.
Stop with the Carl Sagan reference.
I'm sorry.
And the funny thing is, Carl Sagan never said billions and billions. He never said
Carl Sagan never had cool long hair.
No, but Carl Sagan is like my ultimate scientific hero. Okay, so the sun is moving through the galaxy at like really, really fast speeds. And while the sun is moving through the galaxy, all the planets are revolving around it. So it's like this big corkscrew picture, if you would like to draw the paths of all the planets behind it.
A corkscrew picture.
Right? Of us moving through the galaxy. So all of this mass moving through the galaxy creates a termination zone in front of it. Kind of like when you look at like one of those super high-speed pictures of a bullet going through air, and you see the air getting pushed away from the bullet.
The Kuiper belt.
Kuiper belt.
The Kuiper belt. The hydrogen wall is made because of the speed that matter is traveling on.
It's because the mass of the solar system is pushing through the void of space, right? When you've got a jet going through air, right, there is air that gets compressed in front of it, right?
Okay.
That is essentially your bow shock.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right?
Give me a couple more examples. I'm just not.
It's like
I'm feeling. This is what I'm imagining. This fast-moving ball, and it creates a wall, and if you touch it, you're dead.
No. It's more like when you let's say when you're traveling in a very fast car, and you stick your hand out the window. Mm-hmm. You feel that pressure of the air hitting your hand, right? Okay. That's kind of like what the bow shock is. Okay, it's gravitational.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So you've got.
So you're hitting a physical.
So
wall?
the Kuiper belt is actually in between us, like the orbit of Pluto.
Okay.
Because Pluto is considered a Kuiper belt object.
Okay.
That's why we demoted it from being a planet.
I really want to
because we discovered a whole bunch of other planets like Pluto.
So hold on.
Some of them
hold on. You're going too fast. We're going too fast.
I know.
Hang on.
Isn't it great when we go fast?
I don't get it. I need to
get
it. I'm going to really simplify it where anyone can understand this. Okay? So hold on a second.
But anyone is understanding it.
Hold on. I'm having trouble.
Why?
Because there's something I understand.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
So there's this wall at the edge of a universe. It is called the Kuiper belt.
It's not a wall.
Hang on a second. Here's the
Kuiper belt is just like a bunch of stuff revolving around the sun.
Okay, so hang on.
That's beyond.
Hang on a second.
The orbit of Neptune.
So here's our planets at the edge of this local solar system.
Right.
Is this? It's not a wall. It's a matter. It's a matter. It's the skin of the ball.
It's an area.
It's an area made of. It's an area made of.
Think about an atom.
Well, it's area made of what?
It's made of all kinds of stuff.
Like, give me two things.
Way too many things to name.
So there's
every conceivable element.
Okay,
is out there.
We can't fly through it.
We can.
We can.
Sure, we can.
Okay, we've done flying. Okay, so there's this.
We just need to make a ship that would make the trip in our lifetime. And,
so it's a passable wall
and people wishing to go on the trip that have no expectation of ever making it home.
So the Kuiper belt is made of different. The Kuiper belt. I like it my way. No offense.
Okay.
So it's made of these three phases. The heliopause.
Call it pizza if you want.
Heliopause. What kind of word is Is that German?
The heliopause is this area in the Kuiper belt that delineates. It's
pink.
It's the edge of the solar system. It's the point where we go from being in the solar system to not being in the solar system. That's the delineation. That's the line on the map.
Dude, I had no idea.
You didn't?
That the heliopause was the actual line between our local galaxy and the rest,
our
solar system
and the rest of the galaxy.
Yeah. Correct. The Kuiper belt made of three phases, and the heliopause is that point.
Well,
so,
the Kuiper belt
the bow shock is right after.
When we say the Kuiper belt, it's everything from Neptune on out.
from Neptune on up.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Here you go.
Oh, sorry, I
There you
dropped that thing. Sorry. Interesting.
Don't drop that on the floor.
So
man.
let's
That's
talk
very
about
important.
that. Edge of
I got
local
so much more to
cloud.
talk about tonight.
Hold on. What is edge of local cloud? Why is that? What's the Oort cloud then? So let's talk about that. We've moved on beyond that.
Okay.
To the Oort cloud and the edge.
I want you to realize for a second that now the distances we're talking about
It's far.
are redonkulously
It's
far.
outside of our local.
Okay, let's go back over to here. Okay, now the distance between
Solar
this is not drawn to scale. The distance between the sun and Jupiter. Okay,
Is not like
take
that.
let's take the distance between the sun and Jupiter.
Yeah.
Okay, the distance between Jupiter and Saturn is actually just about the same size as the distance between the sun and Jupiter.
Oh,
This
so it's
is
not
drawn.
really-
This is drawn to make sense in Photoshop.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So when you say like something is got
Good
like
point.
as big as the orbit of Jupiter, that's freaking huge.
God,
okay.
good point.
Okay. But you got to remember the distance between Jupiter and Saturn is almost the same distance from the sun to Jupiter. Okay. It's huge, huge. Okay. And then the distance from Saturn to Neptune and to Uranus and then to Neptune is huge as well, okay? And yes, I said Uranus and not Uranus because I don't want to make
The
any
distance to my
jokes.
anus is really far.
I don't want to I don't want to talk about that.
All right,
Dude,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So the scale, it's not the scale, but then we have this Oort cloud.
Then we
So
go.
talk
Then we
to us
go
about the
outside of our solar
Outside.
system, and we go like you're going 10 to the third, 10 to the fourth, 10 to the fifth. Okay, understand that the distance between 10 to the third and 10 to the fourth on the scale is like
It's really far, bro.
it's
I get
like
it. It's really
like
far.
five
It's extremely
times,
far.
It's like 5 times the distance from the sun to Saturn.
I got it.
Which is retardedly more than the distance between the sun to Jupiter. Okay, it's huge, huge, and it's not just like a map, like you're looking at Google Maps. This is a sphere that goes around the entire solar system. Okay, it's not actually a sphere. It's actually like a pear. It's getting pushed to the side a little bit because of this bow shock and going through the galaxy. Right, so it's not exactly a circle. You know, it's more like kind of like a teardrop. Okay, because we're
effect.
flying through the Milky Way galaxy.
So talk to me about the Oort cloud. So this is a cloud outside.
That's where this
What is
comet comes from.
Where's the Oort cloud made of?
Now, to give you an idea, look up on your computer.
Yes,
right?
yes.
What's a year on Saturn look like? How many days is a year on Saturn?
I have no
I
idea.
think it's like 600 days. Right?
What do we
pull
do?
pull it up.
Saturn days to Earth.
No, Saturn.
To Earth days.
Saturn year.
Let's see. Survey says 10.7 hours long.
No.
A
Saturn
day in
year.
Saturn is 10.7 hours
Saturn's year. I don't care how long the day
long.
is. I
That's
care
the
about
day,
how long
man.
is Saturn's
The day
year.
is just important. You just calculate this shit.
I don't care about the day.
Okay.
I care about how long it takes Saturn to go around the
Nice.
sun.
Nice.
What's a year
This
on Saturn?
is why we need a research and studio guy.
Yeah, because we could.
Because we have a lot of things we want to say.
Scott!
I think he's practicing tonight.
No, he's
No.
practicing.
He's working with an electrician, I think. Good luck.
Good luck,
He did
Scott.
a great job on that.
Wait a
on
minute,
that
wait a
job.
minute.
Very
Get back
nice.
on me.
Yes, I'm
Scott,
sorry.
Scott, you're not here?
Not
Sorry, bro.
at all, not at all.
No,
I love
we
him,
love you,
and
you know
he's
we love
such
you.
a dedicated individual.
Okay, so
And if I'd worked under my house, I'd be there with the contract.
yeah, me too. I wouldn't even have came down here to
I
talk
know,
to you.
tell me about it. So hold on a second here. How long is a day, okay, on other planets? Look at that. Here we go. We have a scale here. Length of a day.
Okay, so Saturn goes around the sun in 29 years.
Got it.
Okay. So if we take that and we go, okay, Pluto year, right? And that's 248 years.
Interesting. 6.4
So-
Earth days.
so, like, think about it.
Interesting.
You could live, your grandson, and your great-grandson going forward,
Yes.
and you still haven't encompassed. You still like the Nutella timeline still has not encompassed one orbit of Pluto. Okay, do you understand how huge these distances are?
Wow,
okay?
An entire lifetime doesn't even surpass.
Now,
it's
this
orbit?
comet
Can
coming
you say
in
it
from
like
the
that?
from the Oort cloud comes in on a 50,000 year trek around the sun. So in other words, this comet 2022 E3 ZTF has a 101,000 year orbit. 100,000
So
years.
this comet
100,000
came
years.
out of the Oort cloud.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
Oort
We know
cloud
exactly where it came from.
baby.
Yeah.
It's an Oort cloud baby.
As opposed to Acton baby, yes.
Achtung baby.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Right? So
And what was the name of that comet again? C2022?
C22, 2022, E3 ZTF.
2022 E3. Okay, so this comet right here is coming out of the Oort cloud.
Yeah, yeah.
It was born,
The
it was
last,
born in the Oort
time,
cloud.
and let's just put this in perspective. The last time it was in the Oort cloud, your great-grandfather wasn't born yet.
Really? Poor guy. That sucks.
Poor comet. Like,
Who has seen this green object before us?
no one.
What do you
No
mean
one.
no one?
No one. What person was around 50,000 years ago?
The caveman.
With a telescope or a pair of binoculars?
The dinosaur?
Nobody saw it. We know because we mapped its track, right?
This is the first time our modern
this
humanity
much of
has
its
seen it?
track. We could see this much of its track going across the sky, and we know the last time this thing came through the galaxy, our universe, our solar system,
Yes.
was 50,000 years ago, just by looking at this much of its track.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's called math.
I did not realize this. So this comet that you're seeing tonight in green in space
The
is
last
the
time it was here.
first time.
The last
is
time
the
it was
first
here?
time humanity is seeing this object.
Maybe not the first time humanity's seeing the object, but the first time humanity's seeing the object with a technological lens. Okay, let's remember that 50,000 years ago, it's quite possible that there was another civilization that was roaming around. They say the Sphinx is way older, the Great Pyramid is way older than we think it is.
Good point.
That there could have been a civilization that was lost and that we don't know about, that was eons ago, right? That we've lost track of. Modern archaeology, I don't buy the fact that, like, mankind rose up in Mesopotamia.
Can we videotape this thing tonight if we go outside?
Sure, but
You think so? It's a clear night.
We
no,
can't.
isn't
We
it?
don't have the technology to do that.
Oh, we can't.
I mean,
like,
seriously.
put the iPhone and look at it.
No, you can't do it with an iPhone. You need a telescope. You need to mount your phone to a telescope and all that stuff.
That's lame.
But I know. I'm sorry, but that's technology, right? So maybe in another 50,000 years, I wonder what that comet's going to come back here and find. Right? There's the thing to, like, if you want to bake your noodle on.
I think that's pretty incredible, actually, and I think that most people aren't paying attention that this is coming by.
If you think that's really cool.
What kind of
Boy,
energy
do I got
field-
another subject, if we want to segue into another subject.
Oh, absolutely. But hang on. Do you think
Wait a
it's
minute.
creating an energy field that's going to disrupt or affect humans in any kind of way?
Yeah, it's called Joe Biden.
No, I'm serious. Is there some kind of frequency or something changing
Yeah.
that's going to give us some maximum effect?
What to do what?
I don't know. Will it give us? Will something happen on Earth because of the energy it's bringing to what's passing by?
Not that I know of.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
You want to hear a cool story?
Yes, please.
NASA is getting ready to launch a probe to visit and land on an asteroid that is literally 70,000. Its worth is literally 70,000 times more valuable than the entire global economy.
Let me see that. Let me see that. So this article.
See this little guy right here?
That little guy right there.
Why
does it look like the Death Star?
It looks like a Death Star, right?
Why does it look like Death Star?
You see that? Come on, but it's got two little holes, right? It's got one, and I can't do that. Right,
that's the redundant cannon.
Yeah, it's got redundant cannons on it. This is an asteroid, which is got more metals and stuff on it that if we mined this thing in its entirety.
Gotcha. We'll have a lot of money.
This thing is 70,000 times more than our entire
world economy. Interesting.
Guys, this is what I do during the week. I sit there and I look at stuff on the internet and I print with my color printer.
So hang on a second.
It's all yours.
Hang on a second. Sean, the edge of the sun's solar winds influence and the interstellar winds pushing in.
I love Sean. Sean, why don't you just hop in your car and come down here? You
come
know
on
where
down.
we are.
You know where
like, just come bust in on us.
And I saw him at the diner a couple weeks
Did
ago.
you?
Did you? Yeah, we were hanging out with all his friends.
Just shut
Voyager probes
come
have
join
passed.
us, bro.
Hang on, Voyager probes have passed through these points to what is considered interstellar space now.
Yeah. Voyager,
what does he mean
Voyager's
by that?
gone
What does he
past
mean by
interstellar
that?
space.
Interstellar space. The heliopause.
The Voyager passed through that a couple of years ago. Now you got to remember, it's been out there for almost 50 years, which is kind of scary because I remember it launching. Think about that for a second. I remember that thing launching. Most of the people listening to this podcast is like they don't know what even Voyager is.
Did you notice he keeps pouring me drinks?
And most of the people listening to this podcast don't even realize that phones used to be rotary.
It's good drinks.
Yeah.
I'm just playing with you. No, that's interesting. The world of analog and the extreme speed we've gone to digital is pretty incredible. Is it possible that the ideas of mining this comet is something we need to achieve as a humanity?
Of course it is.
And will it give everyone freedom, or will rich people just enslave more because of it?
Here's the thing. This whole thing about rich people, like people who have and people who have not, and blah blah blah. Okay, that we need equity, and we need we need everybody to be the same. Listen. Here's the thing. Wake up, everybody. We don't need to be the same. There needs to be the Thomas Edisons and the Henry Fords and the Nikola Teslas who need to be rich because they're brilliant. Okay, the idiot that works as a fry cook at freaking Taco Bell, okay, does not need to be as wealthy as the people like Elon Musk. That would be completely wrong, because Elon Musk puts so much more into his life than the idiot fry cook at Taco Bell.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
I'm sorry, but here's the thing: if you're offended by that, realize something, that it is my job to offend you. It is my job to take you out of your comfort zone. Comfort zones are overrated. I think anybody that wants wants to live in a world where they're not insulted. You ever see the movie Demolition Man?
I love that movie.
Okay.
Excellent movie.
Okay. Now, Sandra Bullock. Who are the other?
Stallone.
Wesley Snipes. Stallone. Right?
Snipes.
And so,
the bad guy. What's his
every
name?
single day in that world, in that future world, you create joy feelings in all the people you meet. Right? Everything to make you feel really good about
the premise of the movie is that they removed crime, and the slightest crime is punished. So if somebody curses, they get a ticket, kind of thing.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden,
and if you say the word fuck, you get fined 50 credits for not.
And there's like these public recording devices that hear you.
And if you say anything bad, bap, 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 you've been fined for like saying something bad, right? So here's the thing: we've got this thing called free speech. We've got this thing called capitalism. I hate to say it, but capitalism is going to drive our economy, our culture, our everything forward. Without capitalism, we stagnate. And
just want to say real quick, Demolition Man '93. Look at the cast of characters. Dennis Leary, excellent. Sandra Bullock, excellent. Wesley Snipes, great lineup. I really think it's a worthwhile. If you haven't seen the movie, it really tells a
my
fabulous
favorite was
story.
Bob. Where's Bob?
Where's Bob?
Here he is. Glenn Shaddix,
Glenn
Associate
Shattuck.
Bob. Like
oh my
this
God,
guy,
he played the best character.
He was also in Beetlejuice.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Love this guy. He was great.
Yeah, I would say he's a great actor. And in the middle of the movie, because it's from '93, I'll tease it a little bit. He was so Demolition Man is they bring back the bad guys to disrupt society.
Well, they brought Nigel Hawthorne, Dr. Raymond Cocteau. He brought back Wesley Snipes to go kill Dennis Leary's character, who's Edgar Friendly.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
And so
he's controlling the underground
right,
world.
Because it's like a stupid freaking movie, but
no way, it's awesome, bro.
No, the point of all this is that if you're going to make a world where you don't get insulted, where you don't get introduced to anything that challenges your existence, your thought patterns, you have literally stopped growing. You've literally died. You're sitting there alive, but you're not alive. Now I bring to you, to illustrate my point, I bring to you a historical figure that I want to talk about right now. And that historical figure, you should bring up on here.
Yes.
Giordano Bruno.
No idea.
No idea. Like, he doesn't have any idea who Giordano Bruno is.
Hold on. Let's see.
Let him bring it up.
Hold on. We have.
Look at this. I've got like lots and lots of pages here.
Sean, any idea? If you're still listening?
Nah, I'm going to shut Sean down on this one.
Okay.
Giordano Bruno. Let me kind of sum this up. Okay, while you're bringing it up on the iPad, and please do. Giordano Bruno was born in 1548.
Got him.
He was murdered, executed by burning. He was burned at the stake upside down in the year 1600. Now you might ask, why was this man burned at the stake? Right? Let's put his face up there. Let's put a human face on this, right? It's like an actual dude, okay?
No, I don't know if I would cut my hair like that, to be honest.
Well, you got to remember, it was 1548, bro. You know,
yeah, but he's a regular dude now.
Look
with
at my
that
hair. It's
haircut.
pretty fucked up.
Come
right?
on, but you don't have hair like this guy.
Okay.
Come on.
I bet he would look at either one of our hairstyles, you with your spikies, and me with my long fucking stupidity. I think he would be like, hey, dude, how could I get a barber to cut my hair like that?
No, you know what that hair is like? If you ever seen Seinfeld, when the shower head's too low. This is what happens when you have low pressure on your shower head.
Okay,
and
my
no
patience
conditioner.
completely ran out on that. Okay,
And no conditioner. Sorry.
So here we go. What did this guy get burned at the stake for, and why is he considered a hero today? Do you know what this guy got burned at the stake for? During this time in the world, the Catholic Church ruled everything.
Gotcha.
Okay? What this guy said, and he was like a bit of a philosopher, mathematician, cosmological.
Bad haircuts for everybody.
Yeah, and also like a really bad haircut. Okay? But what this guy was famous for coming up with was, come on, stop.
No, we're listening
Hand
to
off
his
there.
picture. We're looking at his picture.
What this guy was famous for was he came up with the idea that, hey, all those lights in the sky that we see, because you got to remember, like back in the 1500s, 1600s, there was no light pollution per se.
Yes,
right? There was no
yes.
cities, right? So
electric
everywhere you
was
looked up in the sky, you saw like stars. You saw the galaxy plane of the Milky Way. They didn't know what this shit was. They called it the Milky Way because it looked like milk. Okay, think about it. Like like it was like they were shaking like a chicken at stuff that they didn't understand and said, "Well, this is what it is. It's the gods, right?" Okay, so the Catholic Church was basically had a control over the thought of everything.
Okay.
And if you went against the Catholic Church about anything, and Bruno went against the church about a lot of things, okay, but he became this hero of a hero of free thought, because one of the things he said, and one of the things he wrote about, was what if each one of those little points of light out there in space was a star, just like our sun. And planets went around it just like our planets. At the time, nobody knew the planets like revolved around the sun. Copernicus hadn't been born yet, okay? Kepler took what this guy said and expounded on it and tried to figure out, made sense of the wanderers, the planets, right? The word planet is from Greek. It means wanderer. So you're looking at Mars up in the sky, or Venus up in the sky. It goes across the sky like this, and then it goes back into retrograde. How the hell what the fuck knuckles is going on there? How does it go backwards? It was Copernicus that actually figured out the reason why we're seeing it go back is because we are not the center of the universe. We are just another body going around the sun, and from our perspective, all of a sudden Mercury goes into
this
retrograde.
Way, and then this way.
Venus goes into retrograde, because from our perspective, it looks like it's going backwards. It's really not. But the only scientific way to make sense of it was to put the sun at the center of the universe. Mind you, they didn't know what a galaxy was. They didn't know anything about, to them, the solar system was the universe. To them, the Earth was the center of it. Because, hey, I look up, I see the sun going across the sky.
Okay.
I'm stationary, the sun's moving, F you, the sun's moving. I'm the center of the universe. It's like that's like saying that like the four elements of the universe are fire, water, earth, and air.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
When you sit there and say that, you're looking at the world, and you're oversimplifying things, and it's basically an idiot's version of the world. And that was the idiot's version of the world had been for a long, long time. That this is the way we looked at this stuff. So Bruno turned around and said, no, you know what? There is planets, just like Earth, going around the stars. For that he got burned. And in Germany, if you go down here, I'm going to...
So they burned him? So they burned him with
they
fire?
burned him. They burned him. They burned him at the stake. Okay? Now, there's a picture in this Wikipedia page, if you go down.
I wonder what it's like to get burned at the stake.
I don't ever want to find out. If you go into Germany, in Berlin, Germany, there's
Yes.
This is a monument to Giordano Bruno in Berlin, Germany.
Really?
Of him,
Very nice.
and it's supposedly him being burned upside down at the stake.
Oh, get out, and that's the thing.
And that is today in Germany
That's sick.
a monument to him.
Yeah, you're in Germany. Just kidding.
Yeah. And look, and you got like, boyfriend and girlfriend hanging out right there.
Very nice.
Meanwhile, Giordano's like burning upside down.
Burning upside down.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting.
So
So he talked about.
So what does this mean? He talked about the Earth not being at the center of the universe. He talked about the plurality of worlds. This is like the thing that he talked about. The idea that the Earth was not unique in the universe, that out there in the universe there were other worlds just like Earth. That's what he got burned at the stake for. He also believed that, like, Mary, Mary did not have a immaculate birth, that it was not.
So he really touched on sensitive.
He hit. You look at this, the theological heresy.
Yeah. Yes.
There's a whole section here on, like, he wasn't just like, hey man, there's planets out there, and he got burned for that. He hit the Catholic Church from every direction. He was just like, listen, Jesus is not the Son of God. Have a nice day. He said a lot of bad stuff. But later on through the years, he got held up as a hero for free thought. Okay, so this is a name that you got to look at, in history, which brings me to another name that we have to look up in history. And for this one, I want to invite all of our flat earthers to join us.
Flat Earth. This should be interesting.
Now, seriously, if you think the Earth is flat, I really want you to put your pencils down and pay attention to this conversation.
Okay.
Okay? First of all, if you think the Earth is flat, I think you're an idiot. And I'm sorry if that offends you, but I think you're an idiot. If you think the Earth is flat and that there is some kind of like Photoshop going on and like huge conspiracy with NASA and about 1 billion freaking people that have ever worked in space agencies. Sorry, it wasn't 1 billion, but it was a couple of 100,000 people that launched rockets and landed people on the moon. If you don't think men landed on the moon in 1969, I'm just going to call you like a blithering idiot at the get-go. Because if you don't believe any of this stuff, if you think the Earth is really a flat plane instead of a sphere, you really should probably go to school, and you should probably learn some science, and you should probably get the hell out of mama's basement, okay, and actually get out there and learn some information that that will enhance your world. Because I'm going to say at around 240 BC. Okay. Right, let's put it in and around 240 BC.
Okay.
Greek philosopher Eratosthenes. Eratosthenes. You could look him up if you want.
Okay, I will.
Okay. What Eratosthenes did is he did this really, really cool experiment, like back when the Greek philosophers were around, and back when people like Aristotle was around. And so what he wanted to do is he wanted to figure out how big was the Earth. Back then, they didn't know if the Earth was flat or if the Earth was round. They didn't know anything about it. Right? So he did this little experiment. And this is 240 BC. This is 240 years before Jesus ever walked around. Think about it. Our country's, 250 years old? 250 years ago, they signed the Declaration of Independence, and we have this country, America. 250 years before Jesus was born, this guy did an experiment that proved the Earth was round, and you people that believe the Earth is flat, and it makes you upset.
This guy.
Thank you. Yeah, that guy.
Talk to me.
Okay. So what he
died before Christ.
Yeah, way before Christ.
450 years.
Okay. So follow me on this. It's kind of hard to measure time before, like BC, because all the numbers are backwards.
Yes.
Okay, but follow me on this, right? There was 2 obelisks, like sticks. Let's call them like granite sticks. Okay. Both of them were exactly the same size. Yeah, because they were put up by the same king, okay, in Egypt. One of them in Alexandria, one of them all the way down the Nile River at what is now Aswan.
Okay.
Or in that general area. Okay. And these 2 obelisks were exactly the same. They were copies, like dead solid perfect copies of each other. And they were also stood up to be at a perfect 90-degree angle from the ground they were put on.
Okay.
Okay. So they figured out, like, this is like pointing straight the F up.
Okay.
In both places.
Okay.
So what he did, Aristophanes did, is he did an experiment, and it's funny because he had a friend who was down in Aswan. He's in Alexandria, and he figured out that at noon on any given day, the shadow that was cast in Aswan was longer than the shadow that was cast in Alexandria. And he measured this over the course of a couple of years. Okay? So the idea of longitude and latitude comes from Aristophanes.
Latitude and longitude.
He invented this.
He invented latitude and longitude.
And when I say invented, he didn't invent latitude and longitude.
Okay.
But he came up with the basis of
that
theory
concept
of why we need latitude and longitudinal lines to measure where we are on the Earth, right? So this is the godfather of GPS. Okay. Now what he discovered. Now, let's just step back from this, because Carl Sagan did this on Cosmos.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it like the Rik Nevone version, which is going to be like really stupid and retarded. But I can't, hold on, let me just speak to Carl up in heaven. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this, but I'm going to do the best I can. Here's what you could say: if at the same time of day that both of these obelisks, both of these sticks in the air, in Aswan and in Alexandria, cast no shadow at the same time, then the only conclusion you can possibly come to is that the Earth is flat.
But okay.
Follow me?
Yes.
Right? If at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, let's say hours after the mean hour, right? You can measure a shadow in Aswan that is the same as the shadow at the same time after so many grains of sand went through the hourglass, and you measure the shadow and it's kind of close. Okay. That means the Earth is flat. But here's the truth, and here's the science.
I need to ask you an important question.
Why it was way different.
This not mentioned here, and more of his
Why is this not mentioned in today's schools? Well, because most of the teachers in public schools do not have the mental capacity to wrap their heads around anything like this.
So, but he's described as creating plays.
And no, Diane, I don't mean you.
He's described as creating plays and creating sort of
He created lots of things. He's a Greek philosopher. He did lots and lots of stuff. But one of the things that he did was he did this experiment. So you follow me. What happened from this, right? I want you, go to full screen for a second on me, right?
Yes.
I want you to imagine something. Okay, so we've got this point right here, right? This is Aswan.
Okay.
And we know that is making a shadow of so many degrees off that obelisk. Then we've got Alexandria. Okay, we measure the shadow over here. This man, in 240 BC, figured out from those two angles the circumference of the Earth within a couple of 100 miles. Pretty freaking cool.
That's sick. That's
okay.
Sick.
So when you idiots, okay, and yes, I'm talking to you. You're an idiot if you think the Earth is flat. You're just someone that didn't go to school. You didn't pay attention in physics or math class. You didn't make it to physics class because you were too stupid, and you probably didn't even graduate out of algebra. And I'm sorry I'm insulting you, and I'm sorry I'm taking you out of your safe space. My point is that science is about taking you out of your safe space. If you don't think men went to the moon in 1969, you're an idiot. If you think the Earth is flat, if you think the Earth is flat,
you're not paying attention here.
I'm paying attention to what?
Because this is a different dude, bro. Aristophanes and Aristophanes are two different people.
I said Aristophanes.
Yes, but with the same...
Did I mispronounce it?
Yes, because this guy...
Sorry, who's the blonde?
Is this guy right here...
Looks like my
is spelled very closely
Aristophanes.
to Aristophanes, which is this guy.
That's...
So I'm glad we made that mistake. So let's just talk about our mistake for a second, okay?
Oh, two guys with a very similar name.
So back in the day, this was very different. So this is our guy,
right.
Also Greek scholar.
Right.
Very similar name. He's with an E. Not to confuse him with the original guy,
No,
Aristophanes.
not Aristophanes. No, with an A. I said
Aristophanes.
with an E.
Aristophanes with an E
Yes.
is this guy.
Yes. Yes.
Who has some
That dude that's not...
Hold on,
like,
hold on.
not
What does that
pretty.
look like? Saturday Night Live with the fake wig. With the fake bald head wig. Did you ever see the Saturday Night Live?
No.
They put the bald wig on. That looks like this guy's wearing like a bald wig. Anyway, that was important, you know? So Aristophanes of Cyrene.
So
who
this
we're talking
very unsexy guy, like, completely shuts down all your flat Earth bullshit.
Okay.
I mean, so seriously, if you think the Earth is flat, my condolences to you for being incredibly stupid. You're stupid, and there's nothing you could ever do to refute what this person did.
Hold on.
200 years before Christ was born.
Sean agrees. It's not perfectly round either.
No, it's not.
All
It's
right,
a pear
so
shape.
come on.
We know it's a pear shape, but it is spherical. Sean, seriously, don't F with me. It is generally spherical. It is a pear shape. We know that it kind of sits a little fat, like me, and like you. Okay, you're not exactly a stick either.
Well, that's
okay?
why he was probably
no.
able to...
All I'm saying is that it's not flat. Okay,
Yes.
It's not a flat plane. And if it was a flat plane,
Although I wish I had a flat belly. Just
dude,
saying.
I wish I had your flat belly. Okay, all right, seriously. Now, let's just say this: if the world was flat, what would happen when we went to the edge? What would happen when you went to Antarctica? What would happen if you went to Greenland? What would happen if you went to the edge of that flat plane? What would happen?
Gravity would be intensified.
Gravity doesn't exist to these idiots. They don't acknowledge gravity. You could do this and go, oh, look, gravity works. They don't acknowledge gravity. They think it's like centrifugal force. They think it's like, oh, that's just a thing. They don't acknowledge gravity. So,
Flat earthers don't
take
have a solution for gravity.
If they do. Here's the thing. Scientists figured it out to debunk it. If you went to the edges of this stupid plate that they're talking about, what would happen, because it's spinning, right? Mm-hmm. The gravitational pull would go up like this, so it would be like a bowl. So when you went to the edge, you're actually walking up almost a wall.
Interesting.
Of course, that doesn't happen, but they don't care because they're too stupid to wrap their heads around it.
Sure, but the
seriously.
gravitational pull will be so intense, it's not livable. It's just not rational.
So let me just say that, let me shut down this whole flat Earth thing. If you thought the Earth was flat, and you don't want to get off of that, you think that you want to keeping on the flat Earth thing, and I'd have no problem, how should I say, justifying this to law enforcement, you should probably jump off a pier.
Hold on.
Your neck, because you're too stupid to exist.
I have my own theory on
this. I don't know. How's this? I don't care what your theory is. I have scientific proof that the Earth is round, that you can do an orbit around the Earth, okay? And then you can slingshot out of that orbit and go to the moon and go around the moon and slingshot back to the Earth. That's how we did it in the 60s and 70s.
But there is another theory.
Uh-oh. Here's where I kill him.
All right. So Rick and I talked about this the other day, and he wasn't happy about my concept.
Oh, here we go.
But I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Flat earthers, I agree with our friend and the scientist here, clearly on a physical level, it makes sense that we have some kind of cylindrical body.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at it slightly different, on a metaphorical level.
Metaphorical. Now we have to look at metaphors.
At a metaphorical level, a flat Earth means that we're surface dwellers. And we haven't used the Earth in a three-dimensional plane. We're just a bunch of surface dwellers on a flat surface.
What the fuck does that mean? Seriously, what are you talking? Of course we're surface dwellers. And we also dwell underneath the surface because we ride subway trains.
Yes, but not just that's really just a little bit under the surface. Like we're full fucking surface dwellers.
If you go too deep underneath the surface, guess what? It gets really hot underneath there.
But consider flat earthers
it's called the mantle.
Metaphorically talking about really that we're surface dwellers.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, the fact is that we live on a flat Earth because we're surface dwellers.
Good God.
Consider we live on the surface. We're surface dwellers. We are on a flat Earth. It's more of a metaphysical. And the flat earthers that you're trying to get hits on YouTube, but really flat
earthers are trying to get hits on YouTube because they're incredibly stupid and they can't go out and actually work and build things and like actually earn a living. So what they do is they sit there on YouTube and talk about how the earth is flat.
Can you agree that us being surface dwellers makes it a flat earth in some level of the definition?
Ed, stop it. Right there.
But isn't it flat since we haven't used our vehicle as earth like the way we should, and we're surface dwellers and we're just on a flat earth? There's nothing else there than the flatness.
Back to me. You know I love you, right? Stop right here.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Well, some people say Jesus is metaphorical, so in line of that.
Jesus is metaphorical. And he's also a guy who actually lived, right? So there's the stories that were told about him, and then there's the guy who actually lived. And guess what? We'll never know the difference. Because you can't go back in time and go, hey, Jesus, how you doing? My name's Rick. Can't do it. You can't have if you spoke in English to Jesus, you wouldn't understand what the fuck you're talking about. Because he didn't speak English, he spoke Aramaic. You want to go learn Aramaic? It's a dead language. Nobody speaks it anymore. Okay? So if you went back in time and you learned Aramaic and you spoke to Jesus, what happens when you go back there and you're like, wow, Mary Magdalene, that's your girl, huh? She's kind of cute. She's kind of cute. I like her. I like her. She's all right.
Yeah.
Right?
Couple pints of wine,
and a couple of pints of wine. We're all hanging out, and you got this idea that you're the son of God. Listen, I'm behind it. I'm behind it. You might as well be.
That's a way to pick up chicks.
I'm not the son of God, right? So you might as well be, right? I don't think that there's anything wrong with the story of Jesus being the Son of God, rising from the dead, doing all these miracles. I don't think I have any problem with it at all. You know why? Because I wasn't there to physically witness it. And I'll bet you if I was there to physically witness it, I bet you I'd be witnessing some shit that I couldn't possibly explain in any kind of meaningful way.
Every one of his
raise
stories.
Lazarus from the dead. See him turn water into wine, feed 1,000 people on a loaf of bread and a fish. Seriously,
I want to see that, bro.
Seriously.
I'd pay to see that.
All of the things, all of the miracles that he did, okay? And I'm sure there were more that weren't even recorded. How's that? Like you go back there and you hang out with him every day. Hey, on Tuesday I did this shit. Never made it into the Bible, right?
How come when he got pissed off?
Wait a minute. I got a
How
set
come
of
when he got
cards
pissed
here.
off and turned all the tables over? How come that made it into the Bible?
At the temple,
yes,
right? Because the temple was like a center of commerce, right? And he couldn't stand the fact that the temple was the center of commerce. It should be
So he went for a full beatdown? Like, come on.
Yes, because to him that was blasphemous. Okay, So listen.
But is he supposed to forgive? He beat the shit out of everybody? Like, how's that?
I wasn't there, bro. I wasn't there. Okay? All I could say is I know the stories, and I take them for their metaphorical meanings. But honestly, I do know and believe, I have physical, empirical proof that Jesus did exist as a human being. Is this a film you're bringing up? Oh, God.
I just want to talk about this film. The Last Temptations of Christ.
You're going to bring up a film starring Willem Dafoe and Harvey Keitel?
Listen. I don't know.
Harry Dean Stratton and
Hold
Barbara
on.
Hershey?
I don't know why you haven't seen this. I don't know why. Hang on a second.
The reason why I haven't seen it is because it's irrelevant.
What irrelevant? It's called The Last Temptations of Christ.
Wait a minute, who produced it? Was it Harvey Weinstein?
It's Martin Scorsese.
It's same difference. Like Martin Scorsese didn't get caught.
Follow Martin Scorsese. Look at the actors.
Who cares? It's a.
Hold on.
It's a film.
Hold on.
Means
Are you
nothing.
reading this? Are you reading this?
And David Bowie.
Hang on.
And it was shot entirely in Morocco.
David Bowie. It's
who.
It's
cares?
shot in Morocco.
I'm sure it's a great movie.
The film depicts Jesus Christ and the struggle of various forms of temptation, including fear, doubt, depression.
This is not history. It's not historical.
But you're saying, so what, the Mel Brooks one was not historical?
I'm not saying. How do you know that Mel Brooks wasn't writing this?
Well, how do you know Martin Scorsese
I don't.
On the ball?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
I believe. Hold on. Whoever's out there, what's going on? Sean, who do you believe more? Martin Scorsese?
I don't believe anybody.
Or the other guy?
I don't believe. I believe.
Or Mel Gibson, Mel Brooks. I'm sorry.
I believe no one. Okay, it's talk about Christ being tempted by sexual activities. Like, this goes against gospel. This goes against doctrine. Okay, how do I know it's not true? I don't. How do I know it's true? I don't. Here's the thing. This is an interpretation of what a bunch of people, and let's face it, Martin Scorsese isn't completely, it's written by Paul Schrader, whoever the fuck that is, and uncredited rewrites by Jay Cox. Who the fuck is Jay Cox? In an adaptation of a Nikos Kazantzakis controversial novel. Like, seriously, this is a story by a bunch of people. I have no idea who the hell they are. I don't know who Martin Scorsese is. I never met him.
He's a famous filmmaker.
He's a famous dude. I never met Mel Gibson either.
Hold on.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Okay,
Hold on. It doesn't matter. This is a movie.
Can I just
This is a bunch of people that sat around and said, "Oh, let's make a movie about this shit."
It's fake.
It doesn't. It has nothing to do with history, Ed.
But it does. It does. It's our understanding of what happened.
We're done.
Hold on. It's what,
guys, thanks for joining us tonight.
No. Wait.
It's like he's.
Wait. It's good. It's good.
Let's go back and run some Bugs Bunny reels.
No. I'm serious.
Because that's historical evidence.
You have not seen this movie.
Did you not see Galaxy Quest?
I saw Galaxy Quest.
Did you not see those guys that like the historical documents? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that was
right.
Awesome.
Seriously, you're going to call this a historical document now?
Hold on, just 1 second.
Ed, stop.
This is how the movie
stop.
starts.
This is demeaning. This is demeaning.
It's not.
I love you.
I actually like
my
this
friend.
movie. I believe in
this
Jesus.
This is demeaning. Don't play it.
Jesus.
Don't play it.
It
is not a good idea to play it. What are you going to do? You're going to sit there and play 2.5 hours of this bullshit?
No, just the beginning.
It's a story.
It's worth seeing the movie.
It's a story.
But I hear you, but it's just like the Mel Gibson movie. It's worth seeing the 1988
Could we talk about the
version
Council of Nicaea?
Could we talk look at this artistic movie they've made.
It has
here.
nothing to do with what happened.
But David Bowie.
I'm done. I'm done. Guys, it's been a great show. Have a nice night.
I know, that's good. Let's go on. Okay.
Run the Iron Maiden.
Okay. No, I think what's important here is that there's so many views on what all this means.
And most of it's stupid.
Because those stories don't believe these comments exist.
It's a movie. It's a movie. It's made up by a bunch of people in Hollywood who snort cocaine and fuck little girls. Okay, remember the whole Epstein thing. all these people go to an island and have sex with 7-year-old girls and boys, okay? They're mentally effed up. All of them are scary freaking people. And so this is the story they came up with about the Savior? I don't want to even talk about it.
Entertainment value.
It's as irrelevant as anything that's irrelevant. I can't even level off on the irrelevance and the stupidity of even bringing this up. It's a bunch of people who know nothing about anything, like sit there and go, you should do this, that, and the other thing. Meanwhile, you fly around in a private jet.
They're telling the story of Jesus in their way.
Telling a story about Jesus from a perspective that you have no idea.
You didn't see the movie, man.
I don't care. See, is why I never saw the movie? Because I don't care to see the movie. Okay? If Jesus makes a movie and releases it like under Jesus, you know, this is Jesus, right? The 20th century Jesus, right? If Jesus releases a movie, comes back from the heavens, and you know, like the second coming and everything, and he releases 20th century Jesus, okay, I'll watch that, okay. It's not that I believe in the doctrine. It's not that I'm like such a Catholic that I can't listen to other people's opinions. But you're going to make a movie about this man's life that's blasphemous, and it was blasphemous, okay? Sorry, I'm not buying it. Not from Hollywood, okay? Not from those people, those sanctimonious pricks that live in Hollywood that make gazillions of dollars every year and tell us, the regular people, how to live. Sorry, not buying any of it. It's a movie. It's a depiction. What you're watching in that movie is fiction. It has nothing to do with anything. Like somebody said, well, you know, there's a historical reference to this, that, and the other thing. Great. I'm not interested. I'm so not interested. Sorry. At 60 years old, I'm close to death, okay? I could die tomorrow. I'm not interested in blaspheming the name of Jesus or any
I'm not
religious.
Being blasphemy about Jesus.
It is completely blasphemy.
No way, bro. It's not.
I'm not gonna say anything.
The story of Jesus.
I am not going to say anything that's
good.
blasphemous against Muhammad. I'm not going to say anything that's blasphemous about anything ever. You know what? Here's the thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I'm hedging my bets because when I walk through the pearly gates or whatever the heck they are, okay, I don't want to be called out for saying that this was bullshit or that bullshit. I'm just like saying, you know what? I don't know. This is what I say. I don't know. When I get there and the truth is bestowed on me, I'll say, oh, wait, now I know. Okay? Wish I could go back and tell Ed Eisenstein about it. Sorry, Ed Nutella.
So hold on. Sean, my daughter told me to tell you it's slightly oval. And then he says, it's an oblate spheroid, she says. And I responded, I have an oblate spheroid. When I look down, I need sit-ups.
I love you, Sean. I love you, Sean.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
Sean, call me tomorrow, please. All right. We're out of here.
No, hang on.
No, we got to go. We got to go.
Time. Where do we go?
It's fucking 1:00,000 o'clock.
Fucking who cares?
It's 9:30. I got to go. I got things to do. People
You got nothing to go. We got green asteroids, Jesus.
We covered it all, bro.
We covered it all. So what does it all mean? Let's tie it all together. We talked about all of this stuff. What's going to happen?
What does it all...
Is the green... We're not going to be able to see the green thing.
Not from here, but other people in the country could see
Who
it.
can see the green planet?
Well, anybody want to chime in on the chat? How about Johnny Wildchild? Are you down there? You got a pair of binoculars down there to look in?
Where is he? Florida?
Yeah, he's in Florida, St. Augustine.
Oh, very nice. That's
Johnny,
right.
you got some clear sky down there? Could you give us something?
Well, let's
you
see.
said you were going to listen to it. Another lie.
No, he's not.
It's a lie.
He's busy. He'll watch the after show.
He wasn't watching.
So what are we taking from this whole thing? People don't know about the green planet flying by. It's the first time we're seeing it.
It's a comet, not a planet.
There's comets and there's solar activity that has never happened to humanity. that to me feels it's going to have some kind of effect in some way. The Green Lantern, maybe we'll meet the Green Lantern. I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't know. I mean, like some of my friends would actually say it's going to affect your mood and the mood of the people you interact with.
But here's something very interesting I want to leave everybody with, right? Consider we're hearing all these stories about Jesus and all this other stuff. There's the Mel Gibson version of Jesus. There's this guy's version of Jesus.
Not to forget Dudley Moore's version.
Dudley Moore's version of Jesus, of God. All the stuff.
Oh, yeah. We've got Mel Brooks.
God, right.
Got Mel Brooks. Not Mel Brooks. John Denver.
John Denver.
And
here now you have these pictures of space and all of this stuff. How do we know all of it's not a fabrication just to control our society? All right. Thank you guys for coming tonight. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for watching Cybermasters.